the scheming woman deliberately damaged another woman's design draft during an interview. She wanted to use this as an excuse to kick her out of the company, but to her surprise, the woman managed to redraw an impressive design in just 13 minutes, and even earned the admiration of the company president. Seeing this, the scheming woman's jealousy exploded. She accused the woman of falsifying her information, trying to get her fired on the spot, but she never expected that the seemingly powerless intern would be openly defended by the president in front of the entire company. It turned out that the woman's father had once been a national aviation scientist. Even the institute director and the company president had once been his students. As his daughter, she was not only an outstanding graduate of the research institute, but also passed the company's interview, becoming an intern there. It was then that the scheming woman joined the same company. The woman recognized her immediately. She was her father's adopted daughter, who had stolen all the family's money and vanished when her father fell ill. The woman didn't want to get involved with her, but the scheming woman had already set her sights on her. When the assessment began, the talented designer naturally worked with ease. As she was sketching, the scheming woman quietly walked up behind her. Seeing the beautiful lines and structures, she knew if she didn't act, she'd be replaced sooner or later, so she deliberately spilled water on the woman's draft. The woman didn't understand what she was so afraid of, but the test mattered more. There were only 15 minutes left. The scheming woman thought she couldn't possibly finish another draft. She even stepped on the ruined paper and viciously warned her to leave the company. The woman glanced at the time. 13 minutes was enough for her to finish a design. She calmly sat down and began drawing, even without tools. Her structure and ideas were still clear. The scheming woman tried to sabotage her again, but the woman caught her red-handed, ignoring her reaction. She focused on completing her work and submitted it right at the final second. Seeing such a flawless design, the scheming woman immediately claimed she submitted late and demanded her score be voided. The other interns were too scared to speak up for her, so the woman insisted on checking the surveillance footage. Otherwise, she'd report her abuse of power to the authorities. Meanwhile, the president had already learned that the professor's daughter had joined the company. He told his assistant to take good care of her. The assistant soon arrived at the testing room, seeing who it was. The scheming woman instantly lost her arrogance. The assistant said the president wanted to see all the designs. The scheming woman handed them over, including the woman's draft. When the president saw her old-fashioned yet brilliant design, he was filled with pride and decided to meet her personally once he finished his work. The news that the president admired her design quickly reached the scheming woman. Realizing she couldn't let her stay any longer, she fabricated an anonymous report, claiming the woman had lied on her employment form, that her father was just an old man with dementia, but she had written confidential under occupation, according to company policy. Anyone who falsified personal information would be fired immediately. The woman noticed the seal on the notice was fake and declared that everything she wrote was true. She tore the dismissal notice to pieces and said she'd report the scheming woman's abuse of authority to the president. Enraged, the scheming woman ordered others to hold her down, threatening her by saying